Right.
and it
Yeah,
pretty much
I didn't even catch it.
yeah, because a couple things happened. So yeah, this it's just an ongoing saga.
Right.
So I see we're live and almost ready to go. Is Bill's gonna be here tonight
I
or
have
is
no idea. I haven't heard from him, so your guess is good as mine.
yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I literally haven't heard from him at all, so I don't know.
That
Uh,
man went MIA.
right, right, exactly. He just there he is, just that quick,
Right.
just that quick. We said he was MIA. He pops up.
Yeah, I never get the notification when you send the link to to StreamYard. So I'm like, when's he gonna send the link? And I look and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I sent it. Yeah, I sent it you know, in the
Uh,
DMs. Oh, what is this? 111. 11 episodes away from 100. Man, that was saying. They're like, seemed like episode 100 just came.
You mean since 100?
That's what I meant to say.
You said from 100.
Yeah,
I understand what
yeah.
you were saying, and
Pay
I
me no
understand where
pay.
it's coming from,
Yeah,
but
pay me no mind. I'm gonna be discombobulated pretty much all day. I think I got a sickness from my child. He was sick, and
I was about to say I'm gonna blame KB3 for that.
yeah, cause he's
already
been sick.
starting out with the L.
Yeah, he's been sick, and I caught that. But he's fine now. Obviously, that's how it goes. And I'm not sick or anything, but I know
Wait a minute,
something's
didn't you
coming.
just say you just got a sickness? Which is it?
I don't know what it is, but I know I'm not feeling the best. I'll just put it like that.
Okay.
This is episode 111 of the First and Framerates podcast. Myself, Bill's fourth, DJ 81. The crew is all together once again. We got a few topics we want to talk about. I guess the topics that are in the description is pretty much going to be quick hits. We're not necessarily going to like dwell on them too much. DJ just informed me about some stuff that has happened with the Houston Astros, and I'm kind of curious of that, but I didn't catch it. I mean, I've been on social media all day. I didn't see it, but a few gaming topics I want to talk about real quick because we necessarily haven't got away from them. It just was pretty dry. But today, a lot of things just blew up. So it's pretty interesting to talk about those. If you haven't already, you guys are wasting time. You guys need to go check out our Discord. The links are down in the description, but for some reason, I don't think you can. I don't think you can click them right away. So I'll put an edit to that. For some reason, all the links are locked in for some reason, but I'll fix that. But I'll get that together. The Discord, definitely you need to join. You need to read DJ blogs. Intro champ, I really don't care about anymore. The podcast, you can download them on
Yay.
iTunes and SoundCloud. And when we're not live, you can listen to us throughout the week and catch up on anything that you missed. So let's jump right into the intros. Bills, how you been?
Um, I've been good, man. I've been just working on same shit, different day, but yeah, I've been good.
You sound like you're so bored of doing it, though.
I mean, well, whatever. I'll talk about that later.
All right, what about you, DJ? What's been going on with you, man?
Well, nothing much. I know earlier I went for a run, and yeah, the temperatures dropped drastically, and the wind was heavy. I almost suffocated out there. But nice 10-minute run, and I survived. I'm here, and and also I've been playing a little bit Elite Dangerous on the PS4. I have it on PC as well. So I thought I'd get back into it.
How is that game?
Ah, it basically was what No Man's Sky was supposed to be.
Okay.
So I'm like, the details in that game for a game that came out, I think 2016. I don't know if it came out 2016 or a little bit before that, but it has so many intricate systems, even its own law system. Like you can't loiter in certain places, you can't murder anybody, or you'll be put into a detention center. Yeah.
Okay.
And everything else like trading, mercenary missions, the works.
Okay, yeah, I've just been doing a few things here and there in the house. playing some games and just random stuff I've been playing. I'm playing a little bit Mortal Kombat on PC. I play a little bit of Killer
Yeah,
Instinct.
we see the pictures of fatalities on the social media. Let's see.
Yeah, I've just been trying to get everything together as far as actually finding a few games I want to play consistently because I haven't been able to come up with a good just a good set of games to play right away, especially with my backlog the way it is. I have a pretty decent backlog, but I haven't really been figuring out like what 4 or maybe 5 games I just want to put in a rotation for the next few weeks to knock them out. So I've just been testing what games I want to play or whatever. So that's basically what I've been doing. Other than that, it's just been same old, same old. Nothing special going on. Everything is good on my end. So, in other words, let's get right into it. For the record, we got the I got the
What the
I got all
heck
the
is
links up.
all that noise?
I don't know. That's not me.
My fault. I'm typing.
I got all the links pretty much up now for the description, so you can catch us on Discord and all the other good stuff if you would like. I know this is sound redundant, but we definitely appreciate everybody who do join the Discord or just show us love and share the podcast or just give us a shout out or whatever. Is all appreciated. So let's get right into it. Some news came in today about Horizon Zero Dawn and Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk is being delayed. Not surprised a game of that magnitude would ever come out on time. I mean, when does that happen? Especially with this generation. I mean, you haven't seen a game come out on time since the PlayStation 3, as far as I'm concerned. I can't.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Yeah, I can't remember a game that actually came out on time this generation. But nevertheless, not surprised. I mean, The Last of Us was delayed. The Last of Us 2 was delayed. A couple other games were delayed to later on this year as well. So it's not a big deal to me. I'm just waiting for it to come out. As long as the game don't come out buggy, because you don't want a game to be delayed and then come out jacked up. That makes no sense. So, any thoughts on that, DJ?
Let's see. I'm not really looking forward to this game, and not saying that it'll be a bad game. I think it'll be a wonderful game for those that enjoy those type of games, but I just don't see myself purchasing it even when it comes out. So the delay doesn't really bother me much. I'm kind of numb to all these delays because, like VF just said, there's been a ton of delays for all your favorite games. So it's only a matter of time before they start delaying consoles. That may be the next delay that may happen.
I was about to try to think, did that ever happen before? I'm thinking that it did. Let me look that up. Bill, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely not in recent history.
I'll be honest, I know nothing about the game, so I'm not inclined to care that it got delayed. So I don't really have much on it, honestly. I guess it sucks for people who wanted to play it. I really don't know what to say. I mean,
see, when stuff like that happens, you tend to just I'm entertained by the reactions by people on social media, and it's just people like I can see when there was a game. What was it? Duke Nukem was delayed back in the day.
The PS3 version, right?
Yeah, about 10 years.
Right.
That game was delayed, and some people they were. I don't think you couldn't really gauge the outrage of it then, because this was kind of before social media really blew up to what it is now. But when it finally came out in the way it came out, it was 10 years behind. So people were mad. They held on and they wanted their refunds. And the thing is, 10 years have passed.
Yeah,
You're not getting a refund.
Yeah, when the game came out, it looked like an early release PS3 game.
Yeah,
I remember that. I mean, I didn't buy it. I mean, I was never a big Duke Nukem fan. But by the time it came out, it looked like a regular, PS3 game that just came out. Mm-hmm. So it was like kind of weird that happened. But like I said, I mean, I'm looking forward to the game. When I first saw the first trailer, I was like, I'm hooked. This is a game that I'm going to buy. I haven't purchased it yet on Steam, but I need to go ahead and get on that. I already bought a few other games. I need to get on that sometime at the end of the month. I'm gonna I definitely want to get that game. Really looking forward to it. Horizon Zero Dawn to PC. What do you guys think about that from a Sony standpoint? Do you see other Sony games coming over to PC, or you just see that a few games like Horizon Zero Dawn? It's not necessarily this game wasn't necessarily developed by Sony Studios or anything like that, is it?
Guerrilla Games.
Guerrilla Games.
That's a first party studio.
That's a first party studio straight out of Sony.
Yep.
I don't know why I thought it wasn't. I thought it was something else.
Yeah, but as far as
because my thing is when I think of a Sony, I always think of like a the one with that little with the Sony of America icon on it.
Yeah, you're thinking that. There's
like a Sony game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like San Diego Studios and
not even that. I mean, I know their first party, but I'm talking about like.
Well,
I'm trying to think what game that was. Was it like Twisted Metal or something like that? That was like
you're thinking way back in the day.
Right, I'm thinking like strictly Sony. That's all I'm thinking.
Yeah, they've changed their name, and it's not that it's more than the Guerrilla Games, but it's just like they've even changed their because it was like Sony Entertainment.
Right, of America, like that. Incorporated,
and then it was incorporated, and then it changed to something else. But yeah, Guerrilla Games, Santa Monica Studios, San Diego Studios. I remember there's two distinct
two different
studios
ones, right?
there, but they're all first party studios of Sony.
Okay, Sony Interactive is the parent company of Guerrilla Games. I'm looking at it right now. But nevertheless, you look at, let's say, for instance, a MLB The Show. That's going multi-plat. Like, even though Sony's going to be up under it, basically that game is going to be, on Xbox or PC and maybe on Nintendo Switch. I mean, what other games? I mean, Insomniac is still like one of the few that's still like strictly on the Sony platform exclusively. I'm not sure if we would see any other games that actually will strictly come to PC or other platforms, but this is setting a precedent that could be a possibility.
Well, the one thing that I'm looking forward to happening is the fact that there are no exclusives whatsoever to any platform. I want consumers to have a choice depending on what they can afford. And if they can only afford, their affordability and their convenience. So if it's affordable to purchase a console, then that game should be available for that console as well as being available for the PC.
I got a feeling that Microsoft is ahead of the curve. I got a feeling that pretty much, I'll say about 90. I'll even be generous and say 80. No, I'll say about 85% of games are going to be, multi-plat. I mean, you're going to have your certain exclusive, like certain indie titles, but like your big budget games, it's too much money to be out there for them to be exclusive at this point. And they're seeing like some of these consoles are like, they're basically PCs. Like, I'm not talking about like in the sense of like they've always been PCs. I'm talking about like these consoles are like pretty much on par with, a 480 or a 580. Like the ones that are out now are like 480s and 580s with with a pretty decent CPU. The next ones come out when we're looking at something around like a 2070 or a 5700. I mean, it'd make no sense for them to just keep it on one platform when these games could clearly run on a PC at the same level.
It just seems to me that the companies are not in competition with each other anymore.
Right. Absolutely.
That day is long gone. And that leads to why I don't see why people try to continue this console war thing, because the companies decided a few years ago, it was like, look, we're going to all start working together. We're going to try to bring the gaming community together, and we want nobody to be left out. So the whole theme of inclusion is I would hope eventually doing away with exclusives altogether.
Well, I mean, that's another thing you said. You said that they're pretty much working together. You look at a situation where Sony was able to force their hand and say, okay, we're going to put our baseball game possibly on another console. You know, like 10 years ago, that was unheard of. You know, and you looking at, you know, Sony actually putting their games on PC now. I mean, you saw like the Yakuza series where, you know, Sega and Sony had like this real tight relationship with the Yakuza series. Now that's on different platforms. So it's becoming, just like you said, it's becoming a situation to where that these companies are just like, look, there's money to be made. Let's put everything out there where we can make the most money, because lo and behold, people could, you know, they like the shit on PC gamers or whatever the case may be, but those guys bringing a lot of revenue. If it didn't, Xbox wouldn't be doing what they're doing. If it wasn't, Sony wouldn't be doing what they're doing. Nobody's going to do anything not to make money or to lose money. Just like this whole thing when people say stuff about the backwards compatibility thing. Why do you think there's a big emphasis on that? Consumers want that kind of stuff. If they didn't, they wouldn't do it. So it's, I mean, some things you just gotta, some people just need to let things be where, or let things fall where they may, and, you know, just accept it. I mean, I've got to the point where, man, I'm just trying to play these games. You can say what I want. Like, I mean, you say what you want. I'm just trying to play these games. It's point blank. Bill's been awfully quiet. He doesn't have a console, but I'm still gonna ask for his 2 cents. What are your thoughts about not only this going to PC, but just other games being non-exclusive in general?
I mean, I never liked the idea of exclusives, quite frankly. I think it's just hurting the gamer. And it's a money grab. It forces you to buy 2 consoles. If there aren't exclusives, then that means whatever console that you have, you are able to access those games without having to double dip. And I think that's a positive. So this is just another step towards that.
Yeah, right. I agree. Because, I mean, my thing is, like, at the end of the day, is like, I understand Microsoft have their own studios. Sony have their own studios. But even when back on the 360, I remember the first time the first time I actually noticed that these consoles are identical, even though the PlayStation 3 have a different processor in it. When I saw the people who were making rosters for NCAA, they were making rosters for NCAA 10 or 11 or something like that. And they said that they were able to take the rosters from the PS3 and just straight import it into the 360 with no problem. That's why you see a lot of guys who make rosters, they're making rosters and both of them are out like at the same time. Like the PS3 and the 360 rosters are out at the same time, because at the end of the day, they're both really, like DJ said earlier, they're both really PCs. They just implemented the file and just formatted it from the PS3 save file, and they formatted it to a 360 save file. But it could be done the same way. So just like these games, I mean, all these games could pretty much run on one system. The only difference is when you put a 360 disc into a PS3 or Xbox One disc to a PS4, all it is checking security codes to block the game from playing. You take away that security code, you can basically put any DVD or Blu-ray in a console and it will play it. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily like, the Order 1886 can't run on a Xbox One. Yes, it can. It just need to surpass the security codes. They're basically the same type of hardware inside of them. It just need to pass that one little level to say, oh, this is a PlayStation 4 game. It's okay to play. That's all it needs. So, nevertheless, anything I got on these 2 games, or just games in general that are going this route?
No.
I'm really interested to see how MLB The Show plays on the Nintendo Switch. I don't want the game on the Switch. I mean, I'm not going to buy it on the Switch. I'm just curious just to see how it will run.
Think about when WWE 2K first came out on the Switch.
No, you know what?
Don't do that.
I think the game is going to end up, it's going to be a situation like how people said that Madden played better on certain, lower tier consoles. I think it might be like that, where the ball's not going through the fucking bat. And then it's like, oh, well, shit, I might as well get a fucking Switch for all that.
Well, the funny thing is, you wouldn't be able to get close enough to see if the ball went through the bat.
Oh, God. We're not talking about Stadia here.
All right. Listen, I'm waiting for one game. I'm waiting for Bayonetta 3 to come out on the Switch. I'm going to buy a Switch. I'm going to play Bayonetta 3, and I'm probably going to sell that shit. That's the only reason why I want a Switch, is for that one game. people been telling me to buy a Switch for this, and this. Bayonetta 3 is exclusive to the Switch, and that's the only reason why that game is worth getting a Switch and playing. I love Bayonetta 1 and 2. Great games. I highly recommend playing them.
Well, for me, hashtag never switch.
That's a good one. That's clever. I like that, DJ. That's pretty good. Let's talk about Carmelo Anthony. Bills, you've been wanting to talk about this for about 3 weeks now. Let's talk about his resurgence and what does it mean for the rest of his career.
Yeah, so Carmelo Anthony has been playing some exceptional basketball since he's gotten back in the league. And it's not a surprise to me, but it's a surprise to a lot of people. Why? I don't fucking know, honestly. It's not like the dude can never play. Or I shouldn't say, it's not like the last time we saw him, he was a shell of himself. He was playing on a team where he was the third fiddle, and he was a distant third option. They were having him stand in the corner and they would isolate.
I mean, not only the last team, the last two teams he played for, they had.
Well, Houston was fucking worse because
it was. You're right.
Yeah, James Harden is like, we already know that situation.
You already know how that is,
right? It's like, so now he's on the Blazers. No, they're not winning, but I mean, they have a lot of injuries, so you can't hold Carmelo accountable for that. But yeah, I mean, statistically, he's playing really well this year. Let me bring up his stats real quick. So this year he's averaging in 27 games, he's averaging 16 points, 6 boards, and pretty much 1.5 assists. He's only attempting 14 shots.
That's not bad at all.
So he's shooting about 45%, and that's taking 4 threes a game. It's pretty impressive.
And he's shooting in the areas that he normally would shoot, which everyone. I think that shock is where people are thinking, "Oh, how's he able to still be successful?" Because the way the game is being played now, even though it's starting to lean back towards that mid-range game, is the perfect time for him to be back.
And he's in the best shape of his life.
Oh yeah, he lost a lot of weight. He's not chunky Carmelo anymore.
Right, he actually looks good on the court. I noticed that too.
He's more hoodie mellow.
Right, and then looking at the standings, I mean they're 10th right now. They're 18-24. I think once Nurkic comes back, that they'll easily be in the hunt. You know what I'm saying? Because the Spurs are 17-22. The Grizzlies are 19-22. I could easily see the Spurs falling off before I see the Grizzlies falling off. I could also see the Thunder falling off, and I think the Trailblazers might slip into the playoffs.
I'm actually surprised that the Thunder are actually still relevant.
Well, yeah, Chris Paul's been playing some exceptional basketball.
Oh shit, I forgot he's playing for them.
And I thought originally he was gonna just sit there and pout and be like, I want to be traded to a contender, but he's actually taking those young guys under his wing and been really mature about the whole situation. So, well, I'll let y'all give y'all's thoughts about Carmelo before I get to another story in the NBA that I think's interesting.
As far as I'm happy to see him in the league personally. I kind of wish he was somewhat playing for a contender, but nevertheless, it's just good to see him back and playing because a lot of people did try to write him off. A lot of people tried to, in some extent, they low-key tried to blackball him, didn't want him back in the league. But it's good to see him out here playing and actually playing at a pretty good level for his age and for his status. And even though he took time out the league and he came back and he's playing pretty good. So it's good to see, in my opinion. What about you, DJ?
I think just that time off, he's matured so much. I'm like, he's dealt with stuff personally, he's dealt with stuff involving his game on the court, and it's really showing in his gameplay. He's not hogging the ball like everyone thought you used to think about him. He's not like slowing down offenses when he gets the ball. The offense runs smoothly even when he gets the ball. And that's the most important thing about his game that is different. He's not slowing down the team's offense so he can get his shots up. Right. He's playing within the system. He's playing within himself, and he's playing with a different mindset. And that's the big take I got.
Another thing I really like about the fact that he's back in the league is his son is a lot older now than when he was in his prime. but at the same time, Melo can still play at a high level, so his son can kind of take that in. Like, I watched him while he was out of the league. They were training together. They were doing the same drills. So I think it's dope that he can be a big part of his son's maturation process just by his son still being able to watch him play at a high level live.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron, same thing. Chris Paul's son is a little younger, but it's just dope to see these guys still playing at a high level. And with their kids, you obviously know that they're going to follow in their footsteps. It's kind of dope.
Right.
Well,
Pretty much everybody in that circle. I mean, D-Wade's son, too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, definitely for Carmelo and letting his son, see him play, because it was at one point where we thought, Carmelo might not be back in the league at one point. So for him to get back and his son can watch him play, is always a big thing. Because, I mean, look, my son will be one years old tomorrow. And it's a good thing for your child to see what you do. Not necessarily just a job in general, just like, just see you do what you do. Whether it be a hobby or, just living your life or work or whatever the case may be, because that's something those are memories that you can't get back. Those memories that you can't make up. You know what I mean? And those are things that, I got to see my dad do what he loved to do. And it's a good thing. So, I mean, to me, it's just a good story all the way around, regardless where the Trailblazers go. It is kind of bittersweet he's not playing on a contender, but at the end of the day, it's good to see him playing at the level that he's playing.
Now,
good.
I do have a question about that contender status. So they're not considered a contender because of their current standings? Because I thought through the past,
pretty much.
Yeah, because I figure overall they're a contender. Like you said, Bills, right now they're going through a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
And there are teams that are in front of them that could fall off. So
I think honestly, the standings as they are in the Western Conference, it seems like there are some good teams who just don't have a very good record. Right. It could always be the teams that they run into and when they run into them. I mean, Jesus Christ, how many people ran into Phoenix in the back-to-back last year and got destroyed?
Well, I mean, and then when you look at this, they're only like 1.5 games out of 8th place. So
without their starting center, which is the crazy part about it. But I was going to ask this about Melo. So I'm looking at these third.
Hold on one second. Mm-hmm. Everybody who came late, I know we're used to coming to start and have 7:45 lately, so I can understand why everybody coming in now. But we do appreciate you guys coming. As always, Tadal, Ravens Nation, Doug Thomas, Goob, all the usual guys, even the ones who dislike the podcast. We love y'all. Thank y'all.
No, fuck y'all. Y'all came bringing in these fucking dislikes. Man, nah, fuck that.
Hit that like button, man.
Well, the funny thing is we know they show up on Thursdays because they definitely don't show up on Tuesdays.
Whole asses. No, but I was saying, I'm looking at the All-Star voting, and Melo is currently in 6th place for front court voting in the West.
Really?
He leapt over Kristaps. I believe he was already over Karl Anthony Towns, but don't quote me on that. So now he's behind Jokic, Carmelo, Kawhi, Anthony Davis, and LeBron. I don't see him beating any of them out. The question is going to be the guards, because Doncic, Harden, Lillard, Alex fucking Caruso almost has a million votes.
Really?
He has 894,000 votes.
Wow. That's
what
crazy.
Are his stats? What are his stats this year? Because
he's been good off the bench, but it's more so just people liking Alex Caruso. It's kind of like how the 7'6" dude Taco Fall.
Taco Fall.
Yeah. He's getting a lot of votes too. But I honestly think Carmelo has a chance to make it. I don't think he leaps over anybody in that front court, but depending on how many guards they take, if you bump Caruso out, hopefully Steph doesn't get voted in. Nothing against Steph, but Jesus Christ, I mean,
he didn't do nothing.
He hasn't played.
Right, he didn't do nothing.
Melo's played 27 games, so when you really think about it, by the time they get to the All-Star break, he's really only missed maybe 12 games?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I would like to see him make it. I think he's earned it. But it's just something to monitor because I don't think he beats out Westbrook, obviously, Lillard, Harden, Doncic. But if he can stay in that top 6 front court, he'll probably make it.
Okay.
And then
I mean, it'd be good for the game too, just to see him at the All-Star game with everybody else.
Right.
It's like regardless, I'm not saying regardless of his stats, but it's just a good fit to have him with everybody else that's in the league. It's just a good. It's just it'll be a good setting for the All-Star game.
Surprisingly, Doncic is second in All-Star voting. That's pretty dope. LeBron leapt over him. I think he was under Giannis and Doncic at one time. So that's interesting that he's the outright votes leader now. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about as far as the league is concerned is D'Angelo Russell. The Timberwolves are considering trying to trade for him. What do y'all think about that?
Who are they giving up for him though? Because I know Jeff Soft-Ass Teague is back in Atlanta.
I saw that. I was laughing my ass off.
And I'm looking like, how did this happen? Right. You know what? No, I need to sit back. I got to give him some respect because you know what? Before that contract, he was terrible. But once they gave him that 4-year contract, he did play better. I will give him that.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. It's like, at his age, who did he piss off to go back to a not tanking like literally, but like a free-falling Atlanta Hawks team?
I don't know, but I'm still trying to figure out how does he. Well, you know what? He would fit pretty well as a backup to trade, though. I will say that.
Well,
of course, but I'm saying,
but
I'm saying, like thinking about it from the perspective of usually when veterans get traded, they get traded somewhere that.
In other words, you're trying to figure. Yeah, you're trying to figure out how did he end up back at his old team?
Yeah, the franchise usually does right by them, and they send him to a contender, right?
Right.
If they're going to trade him, so he ends up back on the Hawks, who have the worst record in the league currently.
Pretty much.
It's like it's kind of perplexing to me, but maybe he wanted to go back there. Maybe he has a lot of family there. Who knows?
Could be. Because I mean, he spent his first 7, 8, 9. Like he's been like 7, 8, 9 years.
He's been a good while. Yeah,
he's been there for a good while. So that could be the case. That could be them doing right by him. You just like, look, I know my status. I just want to go home.
So, so as it stands right now, Shabazz Napier is the starter on the Timberwolves. They do want to trade for D'Angelo Russell. I'm not really sure.
I just wonder who they. I mean, I don't have.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I don't really see.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't have any thoughts about it until I know who they're trying to give up because
it says this. It says if the Warriors were to send Russell to Minnesota, Robert Covington will almost certainly be in the trade. So that's one guy.
Right.
Gorgie Jang would be another guy.
Okay.
Honestly, if I was the Timberwolves, I would give up whoever they wanted me to give up outside of Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins. Because if you get those three together, I think in the next few years, you'll see something special come of it. So, and then Jarrett Culver, he's another good player that they drafted this year. But outside of those three, I think anybody should be tradable at this point. If you're going to get D'Angelo Russell.
I will say this. If you do get rid of those, if you have to give out one of those three,
I wouldn't do it.
Four. Wiggins.
Three. Wiggins, Karl Anthony Towns, and Jarrett Culver, who they just drafted with a lottery pick this year.
See, it's hard to even say Wiggins. Wiggins actually came over. He actually played.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't give any of them up.
Shit, you say this a year ago, I'll be like, yo, Wiggins got to go.
I mean, shit. Robert Covington in the draft pick. Go ahead, bro. I'm all for it.
Yeah, Robert Covington, dang in the draft pick.
Yeah,
and they probably throw somebody else in there.
Yeah, that's fine.
From the Warriors. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
They throw like Kevon Looney or
if they have to give up one of the three, that's hard to pick. But
maybe Culver.
Yeah, maybe Culver. But I don't see them have. I don't think D'Angelo is that good to pull one of them three.
No,
but I just don't see anybody else outside of that. So
I don't see many places that he can honestly go if they're gonna trade him. I always thought that they were gonna end up, signing him just to flip him down the road, but it seems like that's not in their plans. So it's going to be interesting to see if the Timberwolves can convince them to at least come to the table and figure out how to get that trade done, because then you might have to talk about Minnesota possibly being a playoff team.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, to go over the standings real quick, it's nothing too major. The Bucks are still first in the Eastern Conference. They're 36-6, which is a pretty impressive record, but it's the Bucks, so nobody cares. The Lakers are number one in the West, 33-8. Once again, pretty impressive. The Clippers seem to be free falling a little bit. Granted, they are in fourth place, and 2 through 4 are pretty much tied.
Yeah, they're like identical. I don't want to say they're like basically a game. They're half a game back from being number 2.
Of course, but the thing that I'm thinking about is like if the Clippers get to the playoffs and have to go on the road against certain teams, I don't know how they match up.
The Jazz just won 10 straight though.
Oof, yeah, I see the last 10. Jesus Christ,
they won their last 10.
Yeah, Lakers are 9-1 in their last 10. Nuggets are pretty hot, 7-3. The Warriors are 1-9 in their last 10. Jesus Christ!
I kind of figured.
Yeah, that's horrible.
They lost all their players. I kind of figured that.
Oh, by the way, Zion's returning on the 22nd.
Yay!
My sentiments exactly.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty.
It's gonna be interesting. I mean, it's something to keep an eye on. I'll just say.
Now, is that game gonna be on any form of national TV?
I can promise you that
they're facing the Spurs. It might be a scheduled national TV.
Yeah,
game.
I can promise you, ESPN or TNT will move heaven and earth to get that game on TV. It's probably supposed to be like
it's a Wednesday, so let me look.
Right, if it's Wednesday, it's probably be TNT. Hey, listen, there's no way.
Remember when TBS used to have games too?
I remember that.
That's crazy. It's not.
I can bet your bottom that they're gonna try. I ain't gonna say they will be on TV, but one of them networks gonna try to get that game on TV.
Well, ESPN usually shows on Wednesdays, but they already have the 76ers and the Raptors. I doubt they moved that game because the Pelicans and the Spurs come on an hour later. It's more of a time thing.
Yeah, that's a time thing.
Thank God I have League Pass.
Right. But I'll be highly surprised if TNT don't jump on that.
NBA TV need to stop acting like they can't show a damn NBA game every fucking night. It's y'all's channel.
Hey, listen.
Like, fuck.
Let's switch gears, man. These Houston Astros, before we get into the NFL and talk about our picks. What the hell happened? Because I don't know what's going on.
All right, so apparently... what was it? Was it Altuve? No. Well, the focus
Carlos
is going to be
supposed alleged niece. She says that. But before, let me preface this by saying that Trevor Bauer, a star pitcher in the league, actually backed up her claims that Jose Altuve and Alex Bregman both wore shock sensors essentially inside of their jerseys to kind of tip them off to what pitches were coming.
There's also, if you think about it, there's also footage of after he hit that home run off the Yankees pitcher.
Saying, "Don't rip my jersey."
Yeah, and he's like covering up, and it was just like,
because
he points to a spot on his jersey. He doesn't like say, "Oh, don't do my don't whatever." He probably does say that, but he's pointing to a particular spot on it, like don't splash me or something like that.
Hold on. I'm slow. I'm kind of done. Back that up again. What happened with the jersey now?
So basically, they were wearing a shock sensor where it'll send, like, you know how when you're playing PS4 or any type of console. Let's say
they had a Rumble pack.
Essentially, yes.
That's what they had a Rumble pack on their chest.
They had an N64 Rumble pack under the jersey.
Like, this is fucking insane, bro.
Yeah, okay. This is the thing.
So what happened with the rumbles? Like if a certain pitch was coming, it'll rumble or something?
Yeah, they would tip you off. Like they would tip them off basically
by buzzing them.
Yeah, based on the signs of what it was. I guess they would say, well, if you get buzzed, then it's a fastball, right?
Wow.
Now
So it's crazy, bro.
and you're talking about not even because their old system was banging on a garbage on a trash can.
Right.
They had to switch it up to make it less noticeable. So yeah, you buzz somebody that a pitcher's coming. Yeah,
you know what? I ain't gonna lie, man. For creativity purposes, they should get less games.
Man,
at this point, that they should. The ultimate death penalty would be to suspend the whole franchise for a whole season.
Now that
you think they should SMU him?
Now that would be interesting.
I think they should because they obviously thought they were being watched, so they changed their method.
How about this?
Wow.
How about you suspend any player that was on the roster, so even it'll affect you even if you aren't on that roster,
and then just bring up the farm kids and let them play in their place.
Yeah,
that's how you do it.
That would be that. I guarantee you, there will be another fucking team that gets even close to this level of sophistication of ceiling.
Because you can't tell me that there was a person that was like, nah, don't do that. Don't put a buzzer on me. Don't notify me. I want to get this the hard way. No. Everybody on that team played to win.
Right. Now, obviously, I'm not saying I was obviously joking about the giving less games or whatever, but but seriously though, this right here, what you guys are saying, give them the death penalty for a year. I'm gonna be honest. I'm for that. Bringing the farm kids up is a level of embarrassment.
Hey,
yeah,
but I would not be. I mean, after I heard about this, I would not be, against them saying, look, all the games that you're supposed to play in 2020, 2021 is vacated, and there's going to be, W's for the teams you're supposed to face, and y'all are just going to have to sit out. I'm not against that at this point.
That's definitely what I would do. I would say, look, man, if y'all win this game, Merry fucking Christmas. Y'all ain't making the playoffs. Y'all are basically playing a lost season.
Yeah, I will literally give them. It doesn't matter if they win or lose. I mean, it may feel good for y'all, but y'all still going 0-162.
I would give them the wins, but I wouldn't have them count towards the playoff berth.
Right.
Well, fuck it. Don't let them. You know what? They're making money off of this shit if they go out and play. Do what SMU do. Do what they did to SMU. Don't let them play.
See, that's why I said that the fine should have been larger than
because they're still going to make money. They're going to still make money if they go to these games. Because you got to think about it. People know that they've cheated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do people like? People like drama. People like a train wreck. So this team goes out and plays. People are going to go to their games. Just to see if they're still trying to do it, or just to see if somebody can get an inside scoop, or just some nosy ass people just to see if they lose every game now because they got caught cheating. Don't let them play.
That would actually be interesting to dissolve an entire franchise from a league for a year.
Yeah, just dissolve the whole team. I mean, I wouldn't.
That'd be pretty interesting.
I agree.
Wow.
Look at Doug Thomas in the chat.
He should take one of their fingers.
He told him don't let him in the playoffs, and then take one of their fingers.
Oh man,
Doug already said he's gonna be drinking tonight. So.
This is this is almost unheard of.
No, it really is. It is.
To this point of sophistication, as far as how they were stealing signs, it's like, good God, a shock buzzer. And it'd be one thing if that was just like a silly ass burner account, right? But no, it's like Trevor Bauer was like, yeah, I've heard this before. I backed that up 100%. Fuck.
So you said the niece of Carlos Beltran. Did she come on Twitter and say this?
Yeah, she basically said, I've been told to shut my mouth, but I'm going to speak up about it.
Right.
And she also said, here's the crazy shit. She said that she has videos, but she's going to save them for a rainy day, she said.
Well, what the?
Well,
I'm trying to think.
I mean, I think what she's basically saying is like, okay, look, I'm going to say my piece, and, it can be out there for public consumption, but if any of y'all motherfuckers come out here and start coming at me, then y'all really going to get the smoke.
I think the videos are coming later means, look, I want a book deal.
I want.
That's what it sounds like.
There's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers want. Man, the damn security guard sitting in the hallway is gonna want a fucking book deal.
Hey, the security guard like, yo, hey, listen, they intimidated me. I got slapped around because
Fucking
I wanted
uniform. My fucking uniform manager is gonna want.
Yo, could you imagine the stories of the security guard in the
Man, the electrician would be
like
a book deal at this point.
Yeah, the security guard that was in the hallway where the monitors and the camera was. He's like, yo, I wanted to say something, man, but the dude slapped me up. Man, I got my man.
He hit me with a baseball bat.
He's like, yo, he hit me with my own flashlight.
bro. Mark my fucking words. Within 3 months, the equipment manager for their team, the fucking ball boy, there's gonna be so many people that are like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna talk.
Man, you know what? I'm here for it too. I want to hear this.
Yeah, at this point, I'm all in. It was quiet for a while, and then the suspensions were handed down. It's like, okay, but this shit here.
Yeah, cause see, the thing was when y'all first started talking about it, and what was my first reaction? Oh,
it seemed routine.
Like, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, whatever. Who else?
I'm like, in baseball, there is legal cheating, but this ain't it.
So when y'all first said, I was like, all right, they're cheating. Who else doing it? But now this is going very extensive. It's like, yo, it goes beyond. We can just see the signs. We're tipping people off. We're banging on trash cans. We're giving people rumble packs. We're taking this.
I wonder if people being buzzed during the ceremonial first pitch.
Right. And then you got Joey. Well, Joey Cora went to another team, and he's under investigation. Alex. I'm not Joey. Alex Cora went to another team, and he's under investigation because trying it there too. So it's more extensive.
And then of course he gets fired. Carlos Beltran just got fired. So
it's way beyond what I thought of off the surface.
So the exact tweets were, I'm told to stay quiet, but I refuse. Sorry, Tio. That means uncle. Jose Altuve and Bregman wore devices that buzzed on inside right shoulder from hallway video guy. Let's get it all out now. Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because when you go back to the video, he pointed to the inside part of his right shoulder.
And then she said, I have pictures from the locker I will keep for a rainy day. Wow. Altuve didn't want the shirt torn off, if I remember. Maybe I misspoke. But Chapman gave up a home run that game.
Mm-hmm. And a funny meme, they was like, oh, now we know why he smiled when he gave up that home run.
And then, I have an article from SB Nation I'm going to send to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of putting the pieces together much like John Boy did.
Yep.
And this shit is like, it's crazy. Like they
got a picture of the buzzer. Somebody caught the picture of the buzzer. Somebody caught a picture of the. I'm gonna put this on the screen.
I was gonna say, where'd you find this at?
Somebody caught the picture of the buzzer being shown. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let me see if I can. It's on Twitter. All right, let's share the screen. Yeah, there we go. Y'all see that?
Oh shit!
Well, damn.
That's crazy. That's the buzzer right there.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I wish I could see that moving again from that angle.
Right.
I'm like, I should be able to. Hold up.
Because the thing is, it's like, if it's not a buzzer, what is it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Wow.
And there's another picture right here. The buzzer right there.
Yeah, you see that indenture right there?
Right.
And she said inside part of the right shoulder.
Right.
Man.
Dang, that's crazy. Inside part of the right shoulder, and it's right there. You can see it right there.
Yeah, World Series says 2017.
and it says Trevor Bauer, current major league pitcher, says he's heard the same from multiple parties. Then again, Bauer is an opponent and has been a longtime critic of Astros methods, but clearly he was right.
That's crazy, bro.
It says over the last 2 months, some members of the Astros reached out to friends with other teams to assure them they didn't cheat to win. In the wake of the commissioner's report, some of their friendships are fractured. Lots of anger. I mean, let's be honest. If LeBron faced Chris Paul's team in the finals and they were cheating in any way, you think LeBron saying, "Hey, Chris, by the way, we weren't cheating," you think that's going to sit well with him?
No, it's
All
not.
he knows,
Absolutely.
all he knows is y'all got suspended for cheating, and he didn't win the finals. Y'all did.
Right. Yeah.
So he has to sit and deal with that. Yeah. So it's like that doesn't sit well.
Doug Thomas says he's a Dodger fan and it pisses him off.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Whoa, there's
Yep.
one of Josh Reddick too. Dude,
Something
y'all
like-
gotta look at this shit that I sent y'all.
Oh, where is it?
It's all in there. I sent it to the DM.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Wow. The same little tape that you could see in Altuve's jersey.
He tells now he really wants a finger.
This is wow.
I don't see it.
Keep scrolling. You see it? You don't see it?
Oh, wait a minute.
It's pulling up a whole bunch
There's
of different
one
stuff.
with I don't know who this is.
Josh Reddick, right?
Oh yeah,
Orange shirt. Yeah.
yeah. Wow.
This
Yeah,
is
it's pulling up other stuff. I don't. Oh, actual cheating scandal is messy and amazing. This one.
keep going. Yeah, keep going down. Yeah, you have the right article. Keep going down.
Okay, keep going.
So you get past where it says it took players speaking out in the first place. You see it?
Bro, this Brian Arthur one?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Yo, the whole look at this. Yo, chat. Y'all need to see this.
And here's the thing: you can't say it's a wireless mic because he has a mic in his hand.
This is
Yo, chat. Y'all need to see this. Y'all really need to see this.
Now I really want a finger.
like
Yeah,
this
y'all need to
is
see this. That's crazy.
this is insane, bro.
Look at this, chat. Look at this. Look at the wire right there. Like they didn't even try to hide it.
Mm.
Look right. It didn't even. And this is a different wire because this has a different thing on it. Cause see this one up here. Oh, it's the light hitting it. Never mind. The light hitting it. So that one looks like more white, and this looks gold, but it's just the light hitting it.
Yeah.
They didn't even try to hide it.
Bro, this is
Like you couldn't just snatch it off when the game was over.
wow.
Bro, that's crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like this. As far as cheating go, I never seen nothing like this.
They'll probably say that's a performance patch. But
I bet it is.
that everybody's wearing. Okay.
But it is a
And
performance
Josh
patch.
Reddick had a great fucking series too, if I recall.
That's crazy.
Oh man.
Oh, y'all got any final thoughts on this?
That's
I-
what
That whole they
whole
they
franchise
should-
needs to be dissolved,
Yes.
yo.
just
Yeah.
for this 2020 season, for this season coming up. Like they shouldn't even have them reported or be like, look, just take the year off.
I think I really think that this is a
Yeah.
death penalty type deal where they sit out a year.
I'm really at this point, I would take that World Series away from them too.
Oh,
I
hell
wouldn't,
yeah.
I
At
wouldn't
this
be
point,
against that.
that World Series is null and
It's-
void.
It's highly
And-
tainted.
But
Highly
you know, Dodgers fans, you're gonna hate this. I would just leave it vacant.
Yeah, you can't award it. You can't
Yeah.
award it.
Yeah,
It'd just be a vacated trophy.
Man,
right. Like 2017, there was no winner.
Yep.
this is
Damn,
This is
that
unlike-
I don't even know what to say about it.
I don't
that's
either. It's like
You got Yankees fans mad. You got
because think about it. Most
Dodgers
times,
fans upset.
most
But you know
times-
who? But you know who's not upset?
national. Yeah, I got it.
Exactly.
No, but it's like it's one thing for there to be a lot of suspicion and like circumstantial evidence, but to see it here and it's like,
Yo, I'm
Jesus
just gonna
Christ.
put this up here and let y'all read it. I'm not even gonna read it. Just read that.
Hey, they didn't. What?
Yeah, he's drunk. He's drunk.
Put the hooch down.
Go to bed, Thomas.
Doug Thomas on that Hennessy.
Keep the stream going, but go to bed.
Jesus.
Dude,
Right.
they should rename Hennessy JR. He on that JR.
That
Yo,
motherfucker.
something. Hey, I ain't
On
got
that
nothing else
1903.
I ain't got nothing else to add, but I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more stuff coming out. This definitely gonna be a following story. It really is. We're gonna follow
Yeah,
up on
this
this.
is a story that just keeps writing itself.
You ain't lying, because I thought, from the initial, I was like, all right, they're cheating. What else is new? But these dudes cheating.
You know what this just proves? This further proves that the fucking internet is undefeated.
You ain't lying.
That's what this proves. John Boy exposed it and kind of got the ball rolling, and now people are finding and they're digging through information. They're finding a lot of shit.
That's crazy. Thank God for the internet, though. At the end of the day, because
of course,
if this was like 1997, we would have never known about this.
Oh no, never. It would have been revealed in somebody's book.
Yeah, because the other party had some journalist or something, or some photographer would have had a picture. And then the picture would have been in a book, or it would have been in a newspaper way down the line. And then people would be like, oh, he doctored that footage, or he doctored that picture. But see, now things are happening so fast, like bam, 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 bam. Like you can't really, it's hard to keep up with to even say that to cover it up.
Yeah, it would have been like Rashad McCann's when he came back later and was like, yeah, we had people doing our homework for us at UNC. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like, you have a kid that has their homework being done, that's just going to get exposed like immediately. But more importantly, everything that happens on national TV will now be exposed. They can go back and they can find those videos.
In some cases, it ain't got to be on national TV.
No, it got to be on national TV, yeah. So
sometimes you just need a good camera phone nowadays.
Yeah.
You get a camera phone, you get a good picture of it, you can upload that thing to social media, it's done. Once you put there's somebody in the community figured that out real quick that once it goes on the internet, that's a wrap.
God, I know, right?
One hand. All right. Let's talk about...
I saw the moving picture of it. Oh,
come on! Wait,
hold on. Let me.
Yeah, give me the link so everybody can see that one more time.
I'm sending it right now. Hold on.
All right.
So we can go to these pics of the NFL thingy things.
Should be there now.
Videos made me.
As your phone buzzes.
I know, it's a buzzer gate, right?
Wow.
And he's covering it up.
Yeah, I see it.
Yo, chat, once again.
Man, come on.
Chat, once again, we're going to show this to you guys again so you guys can see how disgusting this is. It really this is really bad. Look at this. He's telling them don't mess with his shirt.
Whoa, but hold on, though.
Look at this.
Now, hold on now. Now, look what he's mouthing. It looks like he's saying, not me. You know what that means? That means that not everyone was wearing a wire, and maybe they forgot the motherfuckers that were wearing the wires from game to game because maybe they switched them off of guys from game to game.
They had to.
Because he was mouthing. Watch where he says, not me. He said, not me, not me.
Wow. Right. Okay. Wow, that's still terrible though. All that does is tell you that he knew who had it, and everybody was basically was an accomplice.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody knew. Everybody knew. Yeah, tonight I'm wearing the wire. Don't. Wow.
Right.
Oh boy.
Dang, that was like bold with it too.
Wow.
Wait. I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this.
Okay.
Has there been any documentary on that team in that World Series that had them possibly you could hear as he ran around the bases? Like how like you record audio. This is devil's advocate thinking, and possibly something that they may come out with as a defense. Like, oh, we had wire because we were being recorded. That's a defense that I could see coming out of it if there's a documentary on the 2017 Astros where they showed the video along with the audio with them celebrating. Like, that would also be interesting to hear.
Could be, but that's where the niece comes in because the niece knows more than what we were later on.
Well, here's the other thing is that I don't think the mics will be put in that spot where it's kind of hiding it.
Right, I mean, if
a lot of times you see those mics. Yeah.
If they have mics on there, they'll just be on them. And you can notice it. You'll notice it.
And Bill, since you was reading lips, it'd be interesting to hear what he actually said if it was a recording device. Obviously, everyone is a buzzing device. So
right, man,
that's nuts. nevertheless, it's just terrible. We're gonna continue to follow that because that's really interesting to see where this goes. Conference championships, AFC, NFC to this weekend.
Oh
Sunday,
boy.
3:05, you got the Titans and the Chiefs. At 6:40, you got the Packers and 49ers. We could do some analysis on this and give us our picks.
I damn. I'm really not prepared to make my picks.
Really?
I mean,
one
of those things.
Well, the thing is, just to look at the competitive aspect of it, Bills, you've already clinched first, or at least a share first.
Share, right, yeah.
So it's just like whatever team, the strategy is whatever team you pick, I have to go opposite because I'm going for broke. I get a share or I finish in third.
Because I'm just looking at I'm looking at these matchups and Jesus Christ, I can't remember a championship Sunday that was this evenly matched in the last few years.
And to tell you the truth, I can put you on the spot. I can go with Tennessee right out the gate.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's really been my pick because they have the momentum and they remind me of the 2000 Ravens.
And that's what I've been thinking about. It's like either Pat Mahomes is going to be the anomaly or the Titans are going to continue rolling. And I'm just not sure. Either way, I know these are going to be two great games. I don't see a blowout. Definitely not in the Titans game. Mm-hmm. Maybe in the Packers and 49ers game. I don't know why, but for some reason, I kind of feel like if there's going to be a blowout, it's going to be on the side of the 49ers just wiping the floor with these dudes. But I don't anticipate that happen. Just it might be a slight possibility.
These are two coin tosses right here. I mean, no, I'd say Green Bay, San Francisco is for sure coin toss.
Right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna go Titans, man. I'm gonna go Titans. Right. I'm gonna stick with it.
Okay. I'm taking Chiefs. I do think Derrick Henry gets numbers, but I don't think that they're gonna score enough. Chiefs beat them probably by 10 points.
Okay.
I don't even think the Chiefs are gonna have a good game per se as far as offense or defense. I think it's gonna be much of a drag out game. I think Derrick Henry's gonna set the tempo. If I would like to see the Titans go to the Super Bowl, honestly, I really would like to see the Titans go to the Super Bowl. But my thing is, I don't trust Tannehill, and I think that the Chiefs will do just enough to get more points than them. But if Derrick Henry gets over 160 yards, Titans are going to win. But I think they're going to hold them to anywhere between 150, maybe 155.
I have a question for y'all after we do these picks. So you said Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm picking Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm scrapping the strategy. I'm going Titans.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I'm like, for me, just looking at it, I'm like, I'm good with second place now that I think about it. And it's just like, congratulations, Bills. You pretty much did your thing in this playoff. So
I appreciate that.
I'm definitely going with the Titans.
I appreciate that, but fuck, I'm looking at it like at this point, I really want to enjoy these games, and I wouldn't be mad if I was wrong about the Titans because after the Texans and the Seahawks were eliminated, I was kind of like, no four of these teams, like any two that make it, I'll be good.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like I'll still enjoy the Super Bowl, but something about Houston and Seattle, I'm just like I'm not enthused watching them. I don't know. They're not fun to watch. So for me, it's like, of course, Pat Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers Super Bowl. I mean, Jesus Christ, the media week is going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be nauseating.
It is, but it's going to be like.
I will say this. I feel that it's going to be nauseating because I just have this thing with the media. Definitely has a problem with overhyping stuff.
Of course.
They can't let things live on its own and be organic. They just got to throw it in your face so much to the point where it's like, you know what? Let's just play this fucking game. I'm tired
and that's what sucks about Super Bowl week, honestly, is
well, not necessarily, because some Super Bowls, they have the hype, but you got to think about it. It's a quarterback-driven league. You know how the media feel about Aaron Rodgers. You know how the media feel about Pat Mahomes. It's going to be
I'll be honest, though.
It's going to be nasty. It's going to be disgusting. It's going to be to the point where you don't even want to listen to them.
I'll be honest. I would rather watch them praise and hype up Mahomes and Rodgers all week than see them dig for stories that aren't there. Because a lot of times when they don't have those media darlings that they can lean on, then they just start digging for shit. And it's like, really, bro?
Is it like so this is a damn if you do, damn if you don't thing.
It really is, but I'm saying I think that the Mahomes and Rodgers factor as far as the coverage all week is going to be entertaining because the people who are biased are going to reveal themselves, and hopefully the game on Sunday, makes it worth his while. But fuck, that's 2 weeks of this that we're going to have to listen to. I would rather that than, okay, the Titans make it and the fucking 49ers make it, and okay, now what are we talking about? You know what they're going to talk about all week? Well, all these former Patriots. It's like they're going to come up with something. So it's like I might as well deal with two quarterbacks I like being praised.
Listen. How about this? How about everybody just come listen to First and Frame Rates and fuck what they got to say? Because I don't want to hear the shit. I just don't.
In an ideal world, that would be great.
Could you imagine how First taking them just going to be? Oh my god!
First and Frame Rates Super Bowl pregame show.
I mean, yeah, seriously, because I'm telling you, man, it's going to be disgusting, man.
It's going to be bad.
Don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with the way most people on the networks do their job. I don't have a problem with it, but it just
could be worse.
After a while, it just gets like, oh my god,
worse. It could be worse because Stephen A. and Skip could be on the same team, and the Cowboys and the Packers could be playing in the conference championship this week.
But you know what? I miss Skip and Stephen A. being on the same show. I miss that.
That makes one of us.
I miss that shit.
I'll be honest. I can't stomach Skip Bayless anymore. Stephen A. Smith, he just kind of talks about shit you don't know about. Skip Bayless is like, he's like nauseating, bro.
But I see the thing is,
I don't know. I'm not gonna watch any of the coverage to be completely honest.
I'm not either. But see, this is the thing. Before we go into the Packers Niners game, when it was Skip and Stephen A., it was more sports area oriented. You know what I'm saying? It was, to me, it was more watchable because the outlandish shit that they was going to say was based on dumb shit in sports. Right. I don't mind talking about social issues, but you can tell that sometimes they try to throw it in your face sometimes. Yeah. And it's like, I'm not watching today. I'm not going to watch this week. I'm going to let this topic die down because they find the topic to link it to outside of sports. And it's like, it's cool for a second, but like day 2 of this, really?
I'll tell you one thing I'm honestly thankful for. I'm thankful that there won't be anticipation of my team playing in the Super Bowl this year. I can watch the Super Bowl unbiased, completely, and just enjoy the game and be able to break it down while it's happening instead of, a Patriots Super Bowl where the next day I got to go back and watch it from an unbiased perspective. Right. It's like I'm going to enjoy that. Now, last time it happened, we got a really shitty Super Bowl. So hopefully that's not what happens this time. But like I said, I don't think any combination we get for the Super Bowl is going to be shitty. That's just me.
Yeah. What's going on, Chris Thomas? Thanks for coming through.
I would actually agree with Bills on that last part because I'm like, even though my football team hasn't seen a Super Bowl since '92, just coming off of two teams being in the World Series and being in the WNBA world title hunt and victory, it's nice to just sit back and just be like,
yeah, I've been doing that for a long time. Nevertheless, what's up with these Packers and 49ers?
Man, this game is really tough to pick because it seems like the two keys are going to be Jimmy Garoppolo and the Packers run game.
You know what? I had a different set of keys. It's going to come down to each team's top corners. Whose receivers are going to be able to get separation from their top corners, and who's going to really focus on the off corners?
49ers front seven is not going to let the Packers do anything. I'm taking the 49ers. I'm absolutely.
Wait, hold on. Aaron Rodgers had that ball out so fast.
That doesn't mean they're doing. That doesn't mean that they're going to be successful. You may throw the ball, but I mean, it's going to be getting completions because he's throwing it so fast.
But that's what plays into the part that I just talked about. Whose receivers are going to get separation to allow that to happen? That's going to come down to the DB play.
Well, here's another thing, though. Let's say that the Packers do get a bit going as far as the passing game, and they kind of flip what their strategy's been this year. And then, of course, you got those over aggressive edge rushers. Boom, draw play to Jones. That's how you get them.
That's how you do it, but I don't see them actually executing it. I think the 49ers front seven is just too. I mean, last time I know that was a regular season game, but the last time they played the Packers, they beat like 37-8. And I know it's not going to be one of those games, but it's just the way I've seen the 49ers pass rush play this entire playoffs. Aaron Rodgers may pull off a few plays, but I don't think they're going to pull off enough to win the game. I'm taking the 49ers by probably about 10 to 14 points. Maybe 20, maybe 17 to 21.
What?
Yes.
For me, it's Alexander versus Sherman.
I'm gonna take the 49ers. I think they're a more complete team. I think they're more built for the playoffs at this point. I don't see the Packers having enough offensive weapons that can get them big plays like when they really need them. I think at the end of the day, I think the Packers' best bet is to keep this competitive. And I'm not saying that the 49ers are just going world beaters and run over them. And I don't think it's because of the lack of talent on the Packers side. I just think the 49ers just got this riding high momentum. They're playing at home. They feed off people like Joey Bosa and Richard Sherman and a couple other guys on that front seven. That defense is just feasting. And you only got, Devontae Adams out there to actually throw the ball to him.
I will say this, though. I think the Packers defense can force Garoppolo into some mistakes, and if that happens, you give Aaron Rodgers short fields, he's going to score. I don't care if it's the 85 Bears out there.
It's possible. It's possible.
Bills just took the words right out of my mouth.
Now,
that's why I'm picking the Packers in this.
Now, mind you, the Packers can't stop the run, and you got 3 running backs for the 49ers.
No, they're not that bad against the run.
They're not that bad, but they can't stop the run to the point that they're going to have to force Jimmy Garoppolo to make a mistake.
I think they will.
I mean, I don't think they will force him to make a mistake. I think Garoppolo will make a mistake.
No, I think they'll stop the run, man.
Better than the 49ers defense.
Man, DJ, you smoking crack right now. Crack.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that now. I think they're good now. Don't get me wrong, but no, they're not better.
I'll say this, DJ. I'll say this. I think for one game, I think the Packers defense is able to outperform the 49ers defense, but I just don't know if it'll happen. I'm taking the 49ers as more so a safe pick. But at the same time, like I said, 2 first half turnovers, not even first quarter turnovers, 2 first half turnovers for Garoppolo. It could be game curtains, Packers to the Super Bowl, because we've seen this with the 49ers this year. I think the Packers have the defense to do it. I think they have the pass rushes off the edge. I think they have the athletes to stop that running game, and I think they have the athletes to make that passing game really hard because they have, like I said, a big corner on the outside, much like Richard Sherman, that can challenge him at the line. I'm gonna take the 49ers, but like I said, it's a safe pick for me.
Another thing that we're not talking about, like the Packers defense have no answer for Kittle. They have no answer for him. No, they don't. They have no answer for Kittle.
I doubt that.
I think Adrian Amos will do fine against Kittle.
He'd probably get dragged down the sideline like the Saints did.
It depends on where he is on the field.
Yeah,
if they put him in the slot, that's going to be
my thing is
territory.
Like my thing is, I'm not saying that the Packers is a bad team. I'm not saying that the Packers are just going to get ran over by them. They have the potential to lose this game by 3 touchdowns, but I think the Packers are good enough to keep this fairly competitive, and they'll end up losing by maybe 10 to 14 points. Now, if the Packers screw up and they have 1 turnover, this game could be a 21-point game easily.
Oh my God. See, because now I'm thinking about my pick, and I'm just like, the more I think about putting my faith in Jimmy Garoppolo, it's like,
that's the thing. The 49ers don't even put the faith in Jimmy Garoppolo. He plays so safe. Everybody else is doing the work.
Oh, I mean, if you look at how he played last game, he had more responsibility than Ryan Tannehill will ever have. That's enough in a championship game to lose your team.
And the thing is, he threw 1 interception and that was it. They put the ball in other people's hands after that. Jimmy only had 11 and 19 for 131 in the last game.
They were facing a team that couldn't move the ball, though. We know Green Bay can score in a flat. You know what? Fuck it. I'm changing my pick. I'm picking Green Bay.
All right.
I
don't see Green Bay scoring in a flash against this defense, but okay.
Bro, the defense is good, but come on. I mean, they got carved by the Ravens. And you can say that it wasn't on a neutral site, but
who's not getting carved by the Ravens? We got a dual threat runner.
We just saw who didn't get carved by the Ravens. What do you mean?
It's like, you got a dual threat quarterback. And Aaron Rodgers is no Lamar Jackson, but I'm just saying
he doesn't have to be Lamar Jackson. My point is the matchups. It wasn't just his running that carved them up. It wasn't just his running. Bro,
I think the Packers will keep this close. I think they will try their best to win this game. I just think the 49ers is just a little bit too much on defense. That front seven is going to have. You got to think about it. Even last game with the Seahawks playing against the Packers, they got at Aaron Rodgers plenty of times, and their front seven is just a tad bit lower tiered than the 49ers.
This is what I'm gonna say. Two NFC Championship games for the Packers stick in my mind. The first one was the year they won the Super Bowl. Nobody picked them against the Bears. They went in there and stomped the Bears out. Now, the other one that is reminding me of something that might hurt my pick is the year they faced Atlanta and they got stomped out, right?
I see that type of thing happening to the Packers, honestly.
I don't think this team is as good as Atlanta was that year.
True, but I think their defense was better than Atlanta's defense, though.
You do?
Yeah, I think the 49ers defense this year is better than Atlanta defense that year. You got to think about it. Atlanta defense that year when they stomped the Packers and went to the Super Bowl had 4 rookies that were playing the best ball they ever did. The 49ers got veterans and 1 rookie out of Joey Bosa that's actually just a a generational talent. I think the 49ers defense is slightly better than the Falcons defense that year.
Well, either way, my prediction is going to go with that Bears game. I think Garoppolo comes out, he throws 3 interceptions. Everybody realizes he wasn't the guy that everybody thought he was going to be just because they listen to Bill Belichick talk and suck his dick every time he fucking speaks. I'm sorry. This is and honestly, I'll be honest, I might be cheering for that to happen too. So yeah, I'm taking the Packers. But either way, in all honesty, I just hope that this is a great championship weekend.
I think they're gonna be good. I think they're gonna be good games. I just think when you look at the matchup up front, I just think that the Packers is going to have a hard time getting anything going with their front seven. If they do, it'll be much more competitive. But playing at I was about to say playing at Candlestick and playing at the 49ers, I think the 49ers will pull away with this
Levi's Stadium.
Man, fuck it. They're still Candlestick Park to me.
Tight ass jeans stadium.
Tight ass jeans stadium.
Hey, that's just still Candlestick Park to me, man. Let's look at some of
Corduroy
these
stick park.
Let's look at some of these guys in the chat, what they were saying about some of these games. Ravens Nation say you got the Titans and 49ers in the Super Bowl. That would actually be, well, you can't go wrong with any of these 4.
That game would end 10-7.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. That game would be interesting, but it'd be a very low scoring. Doug Thomas says the 49ers front 4 is devastating. The block against the Packers are going to have to work. See, that's the thing. That's my issue with the game. If they can hold off that front 4, even then, I don't think they will win. I think it'll be much more closer. Let's see. Ravens Nation take that back. Well, he's all over the place. He said he had the Chiefs and the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Let's see.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask y'all after you go over the comments.
Doug Thomas said the Packers don't disguise their defense. They don't. They basically been successful off of talent, and that's what makes it so amazing. I will give them that. Let's see. Doom says the people forget that the 49ers went 13-3 with a lot of players injured. Those players are all back, so the Packers are done 31-17 49ers. I could see that, but the only thing
Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs.
Yeah, you got to get a turnover.
Aaron Rodgers on the road in the playoffs.
That's it. You got to get a turnover from the Packers for that to happen. If they get a turnover, I could see a 14-point game. Other than that, it'd be 10. Let's see. Ravens Nation also says that's why I got them going to the Super Bowl. 10-7 is my style of game, so he does like a low scoring game. Okay, all right, that's interesting. I mean, me at the end of the day, I think we all win. Out of all of us on the First and Framerates podcast, we don't necessarily have a dog in the fight. Personally, I would like to see Matt Breida get a ring, but I'm not rooting for it. It'd just be nice to see. But I think, like we said earlier, or Bill said earlier, we're going to get these next 3 games are going to be really good. AFC, NFC, and the Super Bowl. I think they're all going to be good games.
So that's what my question is for y'all. Out of all the possibilities, which Super Bowl matchup would you want to see the most?
From a traditional football standpoint, I would like to see the Titans and 49ers.
Right.
But from an excitement standpoint, I would like to see the Chiefs and the Packers.
That would have historic implications, being the 100th season.
Right, that too.
Because
that's another
rigging type conspiracy.
Well, I mean, shit, they already have reason enough just by looking at the Pat Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers matchup. I didn't even think about that aspect.
Yeah, that was Super Bowl 1. And
remember, the Chiefs never beat them.
Right. So that'd be more
Man,
to the storyline.
You got me already being pessimistic.
Revenge, 100 Super Bowls later.
Man, I don't know. Now I'm thinking they might do something with these fucking games, bro.
Doug Thomas says the Packers and Titans. Doom says Chiefs and 49ers.
I would like Chiefs. I honestly, not Chiefs. I definitely would like to see the Titans and Packers go at it.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I think the Titans and Packers is a very interesting matchup, considering the fact that you have 2 dominant running backs. You have a quarterback who hasn't really had to do much, and I will put the other side, Aaron Rodgers, obviously.
I will put this on record right now. I'll put this on record right now. If the Titans and Packers, and you can throw my pick out already. Yeah. The Titans and Packers go to the Super Bowl. The Titans are winning the Super Bowl. I'm dead serious about that. The Titans are going to run the ball down their throat. Aaron Rodgers is not going to have a chance to actually put up points against them. And on top of that, the Titans' defense is highly underrated.
They remind me of the 2000 Ravens.
I'm dead serious about that.
Not with the 2000 Ravens defense, but
I honestly don't see Aaron Rodgers in the pack. You got to think about Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers don't have that many weapons on offense. It's him and Devontae Adams. The Titans defense have been playing very, very good football. If the Titans and Packers go to the Super Bowl, the Titans are going to run the ball down their throat and play good defense. It's going to be a wrap for the Packers.
I don't see Aaron Rodgers and the Packers losing to anybody in the Super Bowl other than Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
I'm telling you,
I can't see it.
I get what you're saying.
Them unleashing Jimmy Graham out of nowhere.
No, fuck that. Hell no. No, not Jimmy Graham. No.
So name the tight end that's going to guard Jimmy Graham.
And name the tight end that's going to guard Jimmy Graham.
I mean, name the linebacker that's going to guard Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham will get 4 catches for probably about 50 yards.
I mean, conventional wisdom would tell you that, and then the Super Bowl comes, and what happens?
Listen, I'm telling you. The Titans are going to.
What happened in that Cowboys game with Jared Cook?
The Titans are going to be so hyped to be in the Super Bowl. They're going to run the ball down their throats.
I thought they want to.
I'm telling you. I ain't going to say it's going to be a bad Super Bowl, but that's my pick already. If the Titans and the Packers go to the Titans are going to run the ball and kill them. I'm dead serious about that.
I hear you, but I really think we need to be careful about this Titans offensive running game, bro. Because we're sitting here, I get it, but once again, me and DJ pointed this out on Tuesday. We have not seen a team force them to literally beat them with Ryan Tannehill. Mm-hmm. So until that happens,
my thing is, I understand what you're saying. I'm not saying that you're wrong, and the question is, are we going to see a team do that?
Yeah, this week.
And on top of that. Can a team do that
this week?
I still don't trust the Chiefs, man. The Chiefs defense has been terrible.
I feel you, but we
have to do that.
We've been hearing about the Chiefs defense all year, and the motherfuckers in the AFC Championship game.
Hold on. Back up.
People-
Again,
Why are they in the AFC Championship? Why are they in the AFC Championship?
They're in the NFC Championship game because obviously their defense was good enough to not give up more points than their team scored.
and more specifically because Bill O'Brien's a bitch.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you.
Oh, no.
DJ.
No,
It ain't.
when
Listen.
DJ said that shit on Tuesday, you was like, "Oh, I ain't gonna go that far."
No. I'm not gonna go that. No, I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna go that far and call a man a bitch. I'm not gonna do that. But my thing was,
him a bitch. Okay.
no, because there's a
chat. Y'all know what to do.
Oh no, that's
Y'all
fine.
know what to do.
That's fine. But my thing is, I felt like the man should have lost his job. But I'm not gonna call a man names. But it wasn't the point that the Chiefs defense dominated that game.
He coached like a punk ass bitch. That's why specifically they're in the AFC Championship again, but they were there last year.
But more importantly, like I said, it's the fact that the Chiefs defense is not as bad as you're making it seem because they're in the AFC Championship.
Shit.
All right. And they're facing the worst offensive team that they've faced thus far this week.
Telling you, listen, the Chiefs better stop him. And by stopping him, meaning they better hold him under 150.
Didn't they say in practice that Derrick Henry broke a helmet he stiff armed that was doing the ball security drills this week? Yeah, he's ready for the Chiefs.
When Derrick Henry has 22 carries for 85 yards and these dudes get stomped the fuck out, I can't wait for Tuesday's podcast.
Oh shit! I'll sit there and tell you I was wrong, but that is highly unlikely. Listen,
wait a minute, who's banging on something?
Oh, that's me on my phone. I'm sorry. Listen, I don't have a problem with being wrong, but from what I see, after what this man has done the last couple of games, going against the Kansas City Chiefs defense that's not that good, I don't see him getting under 100 yards. I don't see him getting under 120.
I just want to see Trent Dilfer have to throw the ball. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean,
you said Trent Dilfer, Ryan Tannehill.
Trent Dilfer.
I mean, that's what they're gonna have to do.
In this situation, that's what he is. He's Trent Dilfer.
I mean, that's what they're gonna have
to
do. But on the flip side, like I said, though, the entertaining one definitely be the Packers and Chiefs. Obviously, you're probably gonna get a game that like a low budget version of the Chiefs and Rams that one year.
Man, here's what I think is gonna happen. If one of those two teams that played 100 Super Bowls ago, if either the Packers or the Chiefs are in a losing situation towards the end of their games, look for the refs to step in.
Yeah. Packers and Chiefs for me. This kind of seems like the battle for best quarterback in the league. If that happens,
pretty much could be.
Obviously seeing Pat Mahomes, second-year starter, in the Super Bowl after last year making it to the AFC Championship game. First off, that's impressive. Secondly, your last game of the last two seasons is up against the other two best quarterbacks in the league.
Right.
So it's definitely he's been put to the test early on in his career, and I mean, if he comes out on top of that, I mean, Jesus, this kid's special. So, of course, Aaron Rodgers has a chance to put himself in a pretty elite class of quarterbacks if he wins the Super Bowl, because then he'd have two, and then Peyton obviously has two, but Aaron Rodgers has obviously put in more work for the second one than Peyton did. So,
yeah.
Then you have to start having the discussion of where you put Aaron Rodgers. There's a lot of possible things that can happen on that game. I think there's a lot riding on it, as opposed to other matchups. So I would take that game as my one I want to see.
All right, check this out. Ravens Nation said, do y'all think Henry Baker will get the same production if Henry got hurt? Absolutely not.
What did he say?
It's Dion Lewis.
Yeah, do Dion Lewis give the same production if Henry got hurt?
He will get a different type of stats because he's definitely more of a scat back / receiver.
You know, another thing I said was that I think
they throw Dion in there a little bit
I think the Titans have been hiding him. I don't think they've revealed everything. And that was one of the things I said about the Ravens that was going to doom them in the playoffs was the fact they've revealed everything. Dion Lewis, they haven't really put him in any passing situations. Look for that to happen this week too, him getting ISO'd against some linebackers.
Chris Thomas also asked the question, if the Chiefs stop the run, do you think Tannehill? No, absolutely not.
Yes, actually.
I don't think Tannehill could beat the Chiefs if they stop the run.
I don't think him throwing the ball 40 times, but I think he can make enough throws.
But you know what? Though? The reason why that's possible because the Chiefs defense isn't that good. But I doubt it if that will happen.
I think it would be more so a defensive battle when perhaps the Titans somehow stymied Pat Mahomes. But I guess
the only way the Titans defense is better than advertised. I think that if they stymie Pat Mahomes, it's because they've been well rested on the sideline because of Derrick Henry running the ball. Like I said, I'm taking the Chiefs to win,
right.
But I still think that they're going to win because of other things outside of stopping Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry's going to get his numbers. Yeah. I just don't think that that's going to be enough for them to beat the Chiefs.
In the end, I mean, I'm taking the Titans because I think they're more built for the playoffs. Same thing I said with the 49ers, except I think the Packers have that one intangible, which is Aaron Rodgers, and the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo's on the other side ready to fuck up for him. So,
and my thing is, like I said, if the Titans do make it to the Super Bowl, if they play the 49ers, they're going to lose. But if they play the Packers, I seriously
think they have a better chance against the 49ers.
I seriously think I'm seriously think that they will beat the Packers if they play against the 49ers. I think the 49ers will beat them by, maybe touchdown 14 points. But I think the Packers is going to be in a world of hurt because they're going to get hit with something that they're not going to know how to be prepared for. I just think the Packers will be a little, and it's not going to be Aaron Rodgers' fault. I just think
you see a Thurman Thomas situation taking place. Run for all the yards you want. Your quarterback ain't going to beat us.
I can see that.
And Aaron Rodgers scoring every 2 seconds.
I could possibly see that. That's fair. But I just think that the Titans running game and they're less than stellar. Well, less than talked about defense will stymie the Packers. That's just my personal opinion.
I feel you.
I got some news on the XFL, but I want to wait.
Oh, and speaking of that, do y'all guys want to do picks on those too?
Oh no, they have no choice. We're doing them. They have no say. We're doing picks on the XFL.
Talking about taking some shots in the dark.
Like they have no choice. They have no say. They're not going to say no. We're doing picks on XFL. The schedule is out. All the other good stuff is there. As far as what's going to become starting February 8th, but I think it's a month away, so it's too early. So I want to wait to actually dwell into that. In the meantime, the guys here at First and Framerates, we can sit and actually talk about that behind the scenes, so we can have some knowledge instead of just picking games in the win. Because what
do you mean? I was picking some of the playoff games in the win.
Exposed. Nevertheless, No, I really want to get a feel for the teams and like who's playing what and who they're playing against and where they're playing, and actually get familiar with the teams before we start making picks like at the end of the month. So, but the schedules are out. I'm gonna send the schedule to you guys. I'm gonna put them in. I'm gonna put it in.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a DC Defender podcast. I definitely like what they've been doing as far as marketing. So yeah.
Okay, this is a PDF file. Oh, it's a PDF. Okay, I'm gonna have to go to the website. Never mind. I'll go to the website and send it to y'all. And we're gonna look over them and we're gonna actually discuss them. So other than that, I don't have anything as far as added to the podcast. What you guys got?
Well, the fact that Antonio Brown.
Oh man, I forgot about that. Oh man!
He basically told his agent, "Here, I might as well send you a bag of dicks too."
Yo, not only that, it's like, do you see what? Oh, I picked the wrong shit, didn't I?
Wow, what's going on behind the scenes, VF?
No, I sent you the podcast link. Ain't nothing crazy. I just sent you the
podcast. This motherfucker better not be sending me some titties out of nowhere.
Hey, listen, you trying to get me in trouble, bro?
I ain't trying to get you in trouble.
Trying to send Bill a bag of dicks too.
Oh, now see, I don't send that kind of stuff. What are we doing? What are we doing?
That shit gay.
But yeah, that's real gay. But no, I sent the schedule to the matter of fact, I'm gonna put it in the chat so y'all can look at it too. So y'all can give y'all thoughts about it as well. It looks like a pretty entertaining schedule. It looks more robust than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, I would definitely be sitting in front of ABC on front of the TV.
And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like every game is on a decent channel. So okay, yeah, but we're gonna Daniel, we're doing XFL picks. Quit hating. Yeah, we're definitely gonna talk about this.
Well, look, I mean, in all fairness, Daniel's a Russell Westbrook fan, so you got to take it easy on him.
Oh, he's a Russell Westbrook.
He already makes enough.
Oh man, yo, I need that. Hey, yo, I need that. What's that sound? That sound bite. Wow, wow, wow. No, just messing. But Problem, thank you for coming through. He's on Twitch. We're also on Twitch as well. Appreciate you coming through. I don't have anything else. What y'all boys got?
Thanks everybody for coming through. Late as fuck.
Nevertheless, it's been a pretty good episode. It's been a real good episode, honestly.
It was fun. You know, some people got in here kind of late, but shit, we start kind of late. Well, we've been starting kind of late lately, so can't really knock them. Yeah, good episode. I think we're in for a hell of a championship Sunday.
DJ, what you got? 'Cause I got a few more things I'm going to address before we go.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody coming through. I know everybody's watch was set on 7:45. Just to be honest, my watch was set on 7:30 on the dot. Bill's at 7:31 or 2 or whatever. But everybody got here when they were supposed to. So thank you guys for coming by. And another good podcast. Let's go.
I haven't said enough about AB. AB is trying to fight that Logan London dude, whatever his name is, Paul Krauser or Paul. What's the name?
Logan Paul.
Damn, I fucked his name up. Logan Paul. He don't need to be fighting nobody. After what happened with him and Burfict, he don't need any more shots to the head. That's one.
Logan's gonna land a shot.
Well, Logan Paul need to stop getting caught on camera.
No, I'm not gonna talk about that either. But I'm gonna tell you something though. Honestly, I would not. I'm not saying that Logan Paul's gonna beat AB, but I would not be surprised if he hits him a couple times. I wouldn't be surprised. But nevertheless,
speaking of fights, let me because people are asking about this Conor McGregor versus Cowboy fight. So let me just
when is that fight?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow, not Saturday. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Here's the thing. So Conor McGregor does not win decisions most of the time. The last one I remember him winning was against Nate Diaz, and he had to really, really, really eke that one out. So if I was going to go with the more complete fighter, I would take Cowboy. Cowboy would probably take him to the ground, make things a bit difficult, but we don't know how much Conor's been working on his ground game. Cowboy is not really Khabib, so I'm not really worried too much about Conor on the ground. He could probably get up. I think I'll take Conor by stoppage, probably third round.
I have nothing against the UFC. It's not like I don't like it, but when the new game comes out and the beta comes, who do I give that beta code to?
Me, right?
Ding, 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 ding. Boy, you almost lost $1,000. You lost it anyway.
No, because I heard you in one ear, but I was reading Ravens Nation's.
No, you're good. No, but I don't have a problem with it. I watch it from time to time, but I'm not into it that deep. When the game comes out, EA always sends me a beta code for some reason. I don't know why, and I just give it the Bills. So he likes it more than I do. What else I wanted to address real quick? I can't remember. It'll come back to me. Nevertheless, next week, nothing's really on deck for next week. Obviously, we're going to talk about who's going to the Super Bowl. We got 2 weeks after the game, so we got a lot to dwell on with that. I guess we can start talking about the XFL schedule. They do have they actually have a unique rule with kickoffs that I want to talk about on Tuesday as well. I'll share that with you guys once we're finished. I think everybody came definitely, even the ones who dislike, they say don't give the haters no love, but y'all don't realize the dislikes do bring up engagement. It does bring us for more people to see us when people do grade it. What are our thoughts about the Migos and Madden? Just as like I said, you have a franchise mode.
There's another L for Madden.
Exactly. You have a franchise mode that is untouched, but all of a sudden this new mode comes in and gets touched. There's no excuse to why franchise mode can't get this kind of love, but we know the reason why. But
Daniel, don't you got a fucking Rockets game to be watching or something?
hey, listen, we're gonna do our thing regardless. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think nobody else will do it. I don't think no other podcast is gonna talk about the XFL like we do.
Oh shit! Who talked about the AAF like us?
Exactly, man. I missed that. I missed that league, man. DJ, why you had to talk them into stealing all the money?
Hey,
Oh, here we go.
they couldn't be halfway crooks.
Nah, they were just full blown fucking crooks.
Right.
No, right?
Rockets ain't home yet. Shut up.
All right, we're gonna slide out of here. I'm gonna talk about this XFL stuff. We're gonna brainstorm for about 20 minutes off air, and we'll get back into that somewhere down the road. We got plenty of time. First game's February 8th, and any other topics that come up, we'll talk about that on Tuesday. Obviously, it's a Q&A. I'll work tomorrow. I'm off Saturday because my son's birthday party is Saturday.
Hey,
There
he
we
turns
go.
1.
nice.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week, I'm off Martin Luther King. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I work, and then I'm off for the next 10 days after that. So we got
Damn,
a
you
lot
taking a Martin Luther King vacation? Damn, I mean,
hey man, he marched for us. Anyway,
well, shit. There's a bunch of other people. Well, let me stop. Go ahead.
am I going to stream later this week? Yes, definitely, man. Where you been?
Yeah, he's gonna stream Madden 20.
Come on, man. Hey man, where you been, man? You need to go to my Twitch channel, man, and look at that last game.
Stream the Superstar KO. That's what you're gonna stream.
Man, here we go. I'm about to delete that shit back. We see y'all Tuesday, man. I appreciate it. I can't stream Madden 17 anymore. I don't have my Xbox One and PS4. I got rid of it, so I can't stream Madden 17. Unfortunately. But yeah, man, check out the stream, man. I've been doing a few games on Twitch, so I'll be back.
Take your ass to bed and stop drinking.
Right.
Drunk ass.
All right, we out. See y'all Tuesday. Peace.
Peace.
Peace. And on behalf of the Washington Nationals, you're welcome.